entered the forest not for adventure, but for quiet. They didn't even remember how they got there, just that they were tired. Not sleepy, but soul-tired. As if they'd been carrying a name they no longer recognized. The trees whispered, but not in words. In sighs, in stillness. Each branch moved like it remembered something about them, something they had forgotten. And for once, they didn't resist the quiet. They passed a river that murmured stories, not out loud, but into the soles of their feet. And suddenly, they remembered being young, running barefoot through mud, laughing without performance. They sat on a fallen log. Birds sang above. And for the first time in a long time, they didn't wonder what they should be doing. They just existed. And it felt like exhaling after years of holding breath. They found a tree marked with carvings not deep, but old. Names, words, symbols. Some of them looked strangely familiar. As if carved by a version of themselves they had lost along the way. They whispered their name, not the one others called them, the one that only lived inside. It trembled at first, then it echoed. The forest caught it and gently whispered it back. The echo wasn't exact. It added something, a feeling, a note of strength they hadn't noticed before. It was like hearing their own name sung back with new meaning. They came upon a pool of still water. No reflection, just depth. When they knelt, the water shimmered and began to show not their face, but their feeling. Not what they looked like, but who they were beneath. They dipped their fingers into the water. It didn't ripple. It glowed. The feeling of being known not by others, but by the earth itself, settled into their bones like warmth. A path opened behind them, not with footprints, but with invitation. Flowers bloomed as they walked, each petal a memory returning, each step a reunion with self. They came to a stone circle. In the center, a journal, not theirs, but familiar. It was filled with things they once believed about themselves, some still true, some beautifully outdated. They didn't tear out any pages. They added one, a simple line, "I'm learning to carry my name again." The journal closed itself. The forest breathed deeply around them. As they turned to leave, the wind wrapped around them like a hug. It didn't pull them back. It whispered, "Now you remember. Come back whenever you forget." Back beyond the trees, the world was louder, faster, but now their steps held rhythm, their voice tone, their name weight, not heavy but rooted. And every time someone asked, "Who are you?" they didn't flinch. They smiled, not because they had a perfect answer, but because they had finally begun to believe it again.